This is Luke Paulson, the Catholic Conservative, and welcome to the News of the Week for May 22nd, 2021. And if you enjoy these videos, do not forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe for more. For those of you who are not aware, the Colonial pipeline was hacked. Instead of working to protect our infrastructure from hackers, the CIA put out those woke ads. If they did their job, rather than bowing to the morally degenerate mobs on Twitter, we would not be having this problem. Naturally, this limited our oil flow. I believe that if we had more pipelines, this would increase the flow of oil should one of them be hacked. However, Democrats have to block Keystone for reasons known only to them. Colonial paid roughly $5 million to the hackers to get everything back to normal. However, this is only going to increase the number of hackers that will try this and make a fortune off of it as a result. Just like when terrorists ask for ransom money to save the lives of American hostages. As I mentioned a moment ago, the Democrats decided to stop the Keystone XL Pipeline for reasons known only to them. I am sure that it has something to do with global warming, even though the pipeline would mean fewer emissions overall. However, Biden is allowing the Nord Stream 2 pipeline to go through without any resistance. Now, I am not going to pretend to understand all of the ins and outs of geopolitics, but I digress. We have countless oil pipelines crisscrossing this country. However, oil that is mined and transported in other countries does not contribute to global warming. It would make sense that an Islamist like Ilhan Omar would stand against a democratic state for having the audacity to defend itself against missile attacks. However, she is not alone. She is joined by AOC as well as their mentor, Bernie Sanders. They are condemning Biden for standing with Israel while Hamas tries to destroy them with a barrage of missiles. America is officially standing by Israel if there is a ceasefire. If Hamas would initiate a ceasefire, there would be peace for centuries. However, if Israel was the only one with a ceasefire, it would cease to exist. The Iron Dome is not enough. You have to stop the terrorists from launching the missiles in the first place. When you do, you'll find that the missile launchers are in civilian centers or next to an office of the Associated Press. Texas is joining many other states that are standing against increasing federal unemployment benefits as a result of the economic shutdown from the pandemic. After all, why would anyone go back to work when the government will just take care of you? The mouse does not realize why the cheese is free. The same can be said for increasing unemployment benefits. There are so many openings, but if people want to just get free stuff, they will remain unfilled. In fact, Abbott is cutting off the aid on June 26th, ahead of the September expiration date. I would prefer for them to be cut off yesterday, but what are you going to do? It is no secret that the standards during the China virus pandemic are changing every day. First, it was 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Now it is going on 1.5 years without the slightest shred of evidence that the economic shutdown did anything. Then Fauci told people not to wear a mask, and the Surgeon General urged people to stop buying masks, only for said ineffective mask to be mandated left and right. Not to mention saying that a vaccine did not mean that you could remove your mask, only for that now to be the standard. What will the standards be tomorrow?
Only Poppins would know.
The only reason that these standards are changing every day is that the people who are making the standards do not know what they are doing and operate on the will of the deep state. Now some regulators are saying that you no longer have to wear a mask inside. If you are wearing a mask and wash your hands, I am of no threat to you, and I never have been. Governor Greg Abbott signed a law banning all abortions when the child has a heartbeat. This is the best news that I have heard all day. One of the first and last things that doctors and EMTs check is the heart. It seems as if this is a very good standard for when life ends. Therefore, it is a good standard for when life starts. This is at about 6 weeks of pregnancy. At the same time, an abortion case out of Mississippi is heading to the Supreme Court. While conservatives do have a 6-3 majority, it is far too early to celebrate. Not only are people from California and New York moving to states like Texas to escape taxes and regulations, but the people of Oregon are taking it a step further. 5 counties in Oregon voted to become a part of Idaho. This is not the first time that counties tried to become a new state or part of another state. Naturally, being from Texas, I do not know much about this. However, I do know that people enter into a contract with their government. The people promise to pay taxes and perform their civic duties. In exchange, the government will protect life, liberty, and property. If either side does not fulfill their end of the contract, it may be nullified, and that is exactly the question that we have here. I am sure that you have seen the woke recruitment videos, not just for the Army, but for our intelligence community as well. It does not exactly exude patriotism or hard work in the least. This ad does.
Вопросы могут остаться без ответов, но разве ты сумел узнать себя, познать границы своих возможностей? К черту границы, а без боя нет победы. Но на самом деле...
Granted, it is from Russia, and I cannot understand a word that they are saying, but it is infinitely better to show what the military is supposed to be. During the Obama administration, the most powerful army was asked to deal with global warming. Not all of the dangerous actors around the world, but the weather. Now, under Biden, the Army is once again worried about the weather, rather than the dangerous actors. So-called conspiracy theorists, like me, warned from the very beginning that the China virus was a threat to our liberty and freedom. We were laughed at, but now everything that we predicted has come true. It was never about 2 weeks to flatten the curve. It was all about control. Churches were shut down in direct violation of the First Amendment, and preachers who defied this have been arrested. This pastor took a stand when the police came to issue citations.
Please get out. Get out of this property. Immediately get out. Get out of this property immediately. Out. I don't want to hear anything. Out of this property immediately. I don't want to hear a word. Out. Out. Out of this property. Immediately out. 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 Out of this property. Immediately out. Immediately go out and don't come back. I don't want to talk to you. Not a word. Out of this property. Immediately out. I don't care what you have to say. Out. Out. Out of this property, you Nazis. Out. Out. Gestapo is not allowed here. Immediately, Gestapo is not allowed. Out. Do you understand English? Get out of this property. Go. So go. Go. And don't come back without the warrant. Out, Nazi. Out. Out. You understand? Nazis are not welcome here. Out. And don't come back without the warrant. Do not come back without the warrant. You understand that? You're not welcome here. Nazis are not welcome here. Gestapo is not welcome here. Do not come back, you Nazi psychopaths. Unbelievable, sick, evil people. Intimidating people in a church during the Passover. You Gestapo, Nazi, communists, fascists. Don't you dare coming back here. Can you imagine those psychopaths? Passover, the holiest Christian festival in a year, and they're coming to intimidate Christians during the holiest festival? Unbelievable. What is wrong with those sick psychopaths? It's beyond me.
Now he has been arrested. While this is not in the United States, if we let progressive policies keep going unchecked, how long before this happens in America?